This is the winter planning briefing for Sunday, February 10th. Here's a loop of what the radar might look like today, tonight. Here's Sunday night. We have a wave moving through the area, and then another second wave moving through by Monday morning. And then we have a surge of moisture and relatively milder air moving in later in the day Monday into Tuesday. And this surge of moisture and milder air is really going to bring some heavy precipitation from central Idaho into northwest Montana. Just with the Arctic air in place, it's just going to enhance the snowfall amounts. And so here's the loop again. So today, we have kind of a weak system moving through, and then another system coming in by early Monday morning. It's going to bring some periods of moderate to heavy snow, and then it's done, and then there might be some lingering snow over central Idaho, and then more moisture moves in, and that could bring some pretty decent snowfall to central Idaho during the day Monday, and then moving into northwest Montana Monday night into Tuesday, and continuing into Wednesday. I don't have the radar through Wednesday, but we'll go to storm total snowfall for tonight through Monday for central Idaho. So generally several inches, probably in the lower range for Grangeville, maybe 4 or 5 inches. We're expecting some gusty winds between Grangeville and Whitebird Hill, which could cause blowing and drifting snow tomorrow morning. I do want to say there's a potential for more blowing and drifting snow Monday evening, and it's going to be more of a widespread area, and that could actually be a little bit worse than what happens Monday morning. And then the rest of the region, generally expecting 1 to 3 inches across western Montana. The deep Arctic air mass in place over western Montana slowly erodes Monday from the Bitterroot Valley to southwest Montana, but could try to hold on along the I-90 corridor, which seems like a good pattern for it. We're talking like Monday night, all the way into northwest Montana. By Tuesday, the moist flow causes a lot of snow over northwest Montana, and the Arctic air mass continues to try to erode a little bit, basically retreats to the Continental Divide by Tuesday night or Wednesday. That's kind of a hard forecast because the Arctic air may try to hang on in the Flathead Valley and even points west towards Libby, and that could cause some pretty good snowfall amounts. Stiff south winds will likely develop near Flathead Lake, which could cause problems with drifting and localized blowing snow on Tuesday. By Wednesday, we were talking about yet another plume of Pacific moisture, and models are in disagreement with the evolution of this system, so our confidence is not very high, but at least the Camas Prairie in Idaho could be on the fence with some winter impacts and wind. It could continue to snow a lot over northwest Montana, which poses its own issues with mitigating existing and new snow. And also the Arctic air mass will be lurking near or just west of the Continental Divide, trying to push westward with time. If that trough continues to move off to the east by Thursday, then the Arctic air mass will probably try to come back west over the divide and cause more wind, which could be a problem with more blowing and drifting. So here's the matrix. We're thinking that probably be pretty high impact to your operations on Tuesday and Wednesday across central Idaho, north central Idaho into northwestern and west central Montana. So what you're looking at is several model runs of snowfall for Kalispell it's a cumulative through Thursday, and the models have shown a slight increase in the trend of snowfall. It has a mean of 8 inches, but you could range it between 6 to 12 inches for total snowfall. Here's Lookout Pass. There's been a slight increase from model run to model run. It has a mean of 13 inches, but we think that it could be a lot more than that. So it could range all the way up to maybe 2 feet of snow potentially through Thursday. Here's another location, Missoula. There's been a slight trending lower with time, but it's showing about a mean of 5 inches, which is probably a good estimate for this situation with multiple systems moving through with the warm overrunning on Wednesday. Butte, there's been kind of like a consistent trend, a couple inches through Wednesday and Thursday. Here's salmon. It's been kind of a steady or a slight decrease in the trend in the amount of snowfall, but generally 1 to 2 inches. So, it's kind of persistence with a lot of these systems. We haven't really seen too much snowfall for salmon. Here's Lowell, Idaho. Pretty impressive amount of snowfall it's predicting. About an average of 10 inches from all the model solutions. So, but there could be like a range from 6 to 12 inches of snow for Lowell, and could even see maybe a little bit more than that if things transpire to be a little bit heavier. I know this is kind of a complicated system or a series of systems, but if you have any questions, you can always give us a call. The next briefing will be next Thursday, Valentine's Day, February 14th.